Hi gang, Kai here with Exped, and I want to tell you a little bit about a great waterproof sack that we call Shrink Bag WB. There are a bunch of features about this sack that make it excellent for very, very wet conditions, paddling environments especially. It comes in 5 sizes. It comes in a 50-liter size, a 25-liter size here in the blue, a 15-liter size in the red, 5-liter size in the yellow, and a 2-liter size in the orange color. So 5 different sizes for just about every need. Now, I'm going to show you a few of the details here, and I'm going to use the red guy, which is the 15-liter bag. And I want to show you specifically first about the roll top closure, because there are some very unique things about the roll top closure. So everybody that's watching this video, I have a feeling, has used some sort of a roll top closure stuff sack, and this one has some details that are very important to know about. Now, people tend to be, myself included, fairly flippant about the way they use roll top closure. Yeah, you roll it up and you figure it's going to be fine. You need to pay some attention even to standard roll top closures like we have in our line, and roll them over the right way enough times and then snapping back in the opposite direction. But let me show you what's going on here with Shrink Bag WB. Now, on this guy, you've got the opening here, as you would imagine. There are a number of stiffeners. There are, if you can see it here, some light stiffeners here and here across the opening down a few inches. There's also a stiffener, really stout one, here at the top where there are folds of material. So you stuff something in. Now you take this flap and roll it over, and you'll see that there are instructions right here, and it says flip flap over stiffener 3 times. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So here's the stiffener. So 1, 2, 3, and those instructions are gone. And at that point, you can roll it back around the other side and snap it closed with a Fast X buckle. But that gives it a great deal of waterproofness. Now, no roll top closure is totally waterproof. You can't submerge it. For everything else, for rolling around in the water in the bottom of a canoe or in a kayak, for pouring rain, it's great. But submerging it isn't going to work. Here's another really important feature about Shrink Bag WB. I'm going to use a down vest as an example. So I'm going to shove it in here. I'm going to roll it, just like we said, little bit of air out of there. Roll it 1, 2, 3 times, and I'm even going to go a 4th time since I'm not filling this guy up. I'm going to roll it around the back side. Now here's a great thing about this line of bags. It has a purge valve at the end. And like the flat valves on our sleeping mats, it's really durable. There's no mechanical thing about this valve. It's a press fit valve. So you open it up. I always like to put my finger just inside because you don't want the contents to kind of form a seal on the inside. And then you can kneel on it and squish all that air out of it. And that's why we call it a shrink bag. Then push that all the way around, and you now have that down vest smashed into a really small little package. And it's true with even, say, the 50-liter size. You put a whole bunch of clothing in there, get all that air out, every little bit of air out of there, and you've got this really compact size. Now, the other thing about these guys is that they're flat seamed. You can see that they're flat seamed. They don't have a big round bottom on them. And that's so that when the package is completely stuffed down like this, it can go into small compartments, like in a kayak. It's also made out of heavy-duty fabric, heavier duty than any of the other fabrics that you're going to find in normal stuff sacks. Now the other thing is there are some holes in the end. Strap hole and a carabiner hole. So if you're strapping it to something, you've got that on the exterior of the bag. So that is Shrink Bag WB, a great wet weather or paddling stuff sack. Thanks a lot.